and let us all do we can to build a better future.
The aftermath of Biden visiting Hawaii, Maui, seeing the people, has caused many people to evaluate this administration and what it has really done for the American people. I was surprised by Biden's screw up yesterday. I was surprised firsthand of just how bad it truly was. I want to pull up this article here from RT America, just to trigger the vote blue no matter who and the blue MAGA people, because I just want to see them upset. Biden recalls minor fire in his house in address to Hawaiian blaze survivors. So the U.S. president, as we covered on yesterday's show, has told residents of the fire-ravaged Hawaiian island of Maui that he could understand their suffering because of his experience of a small fire at his own house in 2004. Biden arrived on Maui on Monday to inspect the aftermath of the deadliest wildfires to occur in the U.S. in more than a century. And again, the official death toll is far higher than just 115. There's still 850 people still missing. And by the way, we may never find some of those 850 people who are missing because they might have been burnt to a cinder. Brilliant move, Hawaiian Emergency Services, for not sounding the alarm. And again, we look at Biden's story. Years ago now, 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck it at home on a little lake that is outside our home. Not on a lake, a big pond. And hit a wire and came underneath our home into the heating ducts, air conditioning ducts. And to make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. Oh, my goodness. Again, a lot of people didn't really like Biden's comment. A lot of people were upset with that. There has recently been a video that's been going viral of a Maui resident who is ticked off at Biden telling a story about how his house had a fire, and he compared that house fire to children who were incinerated. Listen to this words, and I have to say, the rage is understandable. This person here has every right to be angry. But there are more videos like this, the aftermath of Biden visiting Hawaii.
It is almost impossible to believe that this guy, that this old man, this Walmart greeter, this fake installed president, why the fuck is his wife with him wherever he goes? We didn't hire this person. I didn't hire you, Joe. You're a traitor. I know what you are. I know what Kamala is. I know what the Democratic Party is. And I know that we have a constitutional crisis of epic proportion. But hearing you talk about your house that, had a little fire, you almost lost your cat and your Corvette. There are children that were incinerated to ash. You fucking old man. You vile human being. The only way you feel you're able to communicate and you have some kind of, you're so out of touch with the common man, you don't even understand how to speak to them. The only way you think you can establish commonality with them is to lie. That the same thing happened to you, no matter what the tragedy is. Your son wasn't killed in action, by the way. Your house didn't burn down. Your children weren't burned to death.
I don't want to pause too much into this video, but if I could add my commentary here, I will never understand the absolute pain and loss that has happened to the people of Maui. But I want to say this, the people of Maui, to the community of Lahaina, Chicago stands with you. And please, to everyone there, you have to work together and come together, because I've know I said this on the show, and it's easy for me to say this as somebody sitting in my house. But do not sign any documents. Beware of these vulture and venture capitalists, these large real estate developers that are going to be coming in. You guys and gals got to work together. They're going to come in force. And knowing how U.S. politics works, state and federal authorities will also be siding with those large real estate developers. They'll try and put a nice, shiny, clean name to the reconstruction project. And there'll be documents. You need to lawyer up and be ready for a fight. And even if a fight doesn't come, you got to keep your heads on a swivel. This is how people get displaced. This is how people get kicked off their lands. Be careful, people of Maui. Be careful of these vulture capitalists that will be swooping in, and they will be swooping in. They're doing so already. Please be careful and work together.
How dare you get up there and speak this way? Your job is to go there and assuage them in a way that you talk to them about their loss, that you can't imagine what it's like, that you can't imagine what it's like never to find the bodies of the poor children that were sent home from schools that died alone. Alone. In fear, without their parent or a guardian, that the most abhorrent thing happened. You're a disgusting, despicable bastard. You're too old. You need to step down from office. Maybe the cackling hyena behind you, maybe she'll rise to the occasion. She can't even form her...
Dude. Whoa. Man, you think Kamala can actually do the job? Dude, her approval rating is lower than Biden. That's the one thing I got to correct them on. Again, this anger is understandable. I don't know how I would be acting. I would be probably... I don't think I could be calmed down at all. Everyone on Maui has every right to be furious.
Coherent sentence. This is an outrage. An outrage. It should be, we should just rebuild the goddamn thing the way it was. When you hear the psychopath, the first thing out of the governor's mouth was, oh, we're going to reclaim the land for this or for that. Who the fuck are the people we hire in government? And if there's any truth to the matter that this idiot held back the water, he should be sent down to Guantanamo Bay. Never to be seen again. It's just outrageous how we behave in this country. There's no adults. An event, no matter how tragic, there should be men that are able to rise to the occasion. In 5 seconds, you should know what to do. You should understand the right thing. You almost lost your cat. Go fuck yourself.
He's right. But he's not the only one. Here are other residents of Maui.
Some signs greeting the president were honest and tough. Quote, "You're late." Another, no comment, a reference to his initial answer to a question on the deaths of the people on that island. Some very angry, many of them at the slow pace of federal help.
A little too late. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen him. He's missed his window of opportunity.
Yes, he did. And I also want to give a huge shout out to one of my audience members who follows me on social media too. Look, I try and read all the messages and emails as much as I can when you guys send them, but this is something from a local Hawaiian news source, the Honolulu Civil Beat. Maui County Council hears grief and rage from fire survivors demanding accountability, as they should. As they should. There needs to be accountability here. Meeting for the first time since a massive fire destroyed Lahaina and parts of Kula. Apologies if I got that name wrong. The Maui County Council heard emotional testimony from island residents on Tuesday who spoke of extreme hardships they're enduring and what the council should do going forward to help them rebuild their lives. Moki T, an attorney who said the relatives and childhood friends of his Lahaina lost homes, demanded answers to a range of questions swirling around the fire. These include why so many things went wrong on August 8th, from why people trying to flee the fire ran into roadblocks, why firefighters lacked sufficient water to douse the flames, why warning sirens never sounded, and so many other troubling questions. We need accountability, Chief said, his voice shaking with anger. Anger. They should be angry, righteously angry, and righteously so. They need to be furious. Everybody in a position of power that is supposed to represent the people failed the people of Maui, failed the people of Lahaina. And this is just an example of the ongoing failure of every single institution here in the United States. I mean, the American people are last. But hey, on August 26th, on Saturday, there's going to be a fundraiser event for Ukraine. You don't believe me? Oh, I'm making up. Did you miss yesterday's show? Oh, you probably did. Hang on. It's okay. Because some people are still in a state of shock. I'm still in a state of shock sometimes seeing stuff like this. Because again, I'm shocked that something like this does exist, but because it is very real. I just want to pull this up here again And this is from good friend of the show, Joe. He's part of Indie News Network. There's a fundraiser for Ukraine going on in Hawaii. Read the room. Saturday, August 26th. That's right. Check this out. Saturday, August 26th. Ukraine Independence Day event. Magic Island. Alana Mona Beach Park. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Why? God, you again. I'm gonna say this again, just to trigger vote blue, no matter who. People, Ukraine is like a Karen. It's like that friend that's always broke. Here, just so you guys can see it for yourself. Hold on, want to keep it muted, so no copyright. There we go, and hold on.
Natalia Andrievska. I'm Ukrainian dancer and a teacher. I would like to welcome everyone to Alamona Park for our event to commemorate Independence Day of Ukraine. You will be introduced to Ukrainian traditional dances.
Okay, wonderful. We don't need to sit through the rest of the video. You don't need to. But again, this is going to be taking place. I know one of our viewers, Octalash 08, is from Hawaii. And apparently he lives near that vicinity where it's going to be taking place. Oh, my gosh. Read the room. Read the room. Read the goddamn room. Continuing on, Autumn Nest told the council that many in Lahaina are actively mourning and feeling collective rage for decades for what they considered failed land management policies that may have contributed to the fire. People are pissed and it's justifiable, Nest said. Jen Matter urged the council to slow down and give the community time to grieve and organize before developing plans for recovery and resilience. I want you to pause, Matter said. Speaking through tears, Matter said residents of West Maui are living through incredibly challenging times. She urged council members to come into the community and ask us what we need and then go forward. Maui, apologies for that. And again, this is from the Honolulu Civil Beat. Please check it out. The Maui Fire Department Battalion Chief, Kaulana Aquino, conveyed a similar message. We need our leaders to be accessible to our people, he said, noting he was speaking for himself and not on behalf of the Maui Fire Department. Look for opportunities to embed yourself with the community. Isn't that something? We have like lawmakers that just don't care. Many people who spoke on Tuesday were addressing Resolution 23-194, which spells out the council's plan to develop a comprehensive recovery and resilience plan in response to the fire. Now, because of that, I am going to click copy paste this link in the live stream chat. Paste it here for all of you lovely people, so that way you can share it as well. Oh my goodness, it's far too long. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this and save this article and pin it in the comments section, because for some reason it's more than 200 characters in the live stream chat. Apologies for that. Again, I think it's important that we see just what exactly they're doing. In fact, let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go there. It appears rather innocuously as Resolution 23-94 on the 5th page of the agenda of the Maui Council regular next meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday. A summary establishes an important developing a comprehensive recovery and resilience plan in response to the island of Maui's tragic wildfires of August 2023. Keep your heads on a swivel, folks. Keep your heads on a swivel. What are they trying to do? Do you have a place at the table? But here's something else that should get you angry, because it's not only state and local officials that failed the people. Federal authorities, surprise, surprise, failed the people too. Yes, this is from Fox News, but listen. You're going to get angry too.
It was the Great Recession. Your friends and family members were being laid off, your neighbors were defaulting, and Americans were drowning in debt. And when our government wasn't bailing out the banks, they were in Vegas partying. The Obama administration's GSA, the General Services Administration, which nobody even knows what they do, spent almost $1 million for a weekend conference on the Strip. While you were at work, government bureaucrats were spending your tax dollars, popping champagne, dancing with chain-smoking clowns, true story, and enjoying Napa Valley cab and a bubble bath in a room with a view. The government spent almost $1 million on a Vegas pool party during the Great Recession. Have they learned anything?
No, they haven't. They never have, and they never will. I mean, come on. We all know that. Everybody knows that.
it doesn't look like it. After fire raged through Maui, Hawaii, leaving 115 dead, 850 Americans missing, hundreds of which are kids, for what's the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history in over a century, the government is once again disrespecting us. According to a report and photos obtained by the Daily Mail, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the team that's supposed to be digging through the ashes and delivering aid, has turned the tragedy into a junket. FEMA booked themselves into 5-star luxury Hawaiian resorts.
I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. But this isn't the first time any kind of government agency has done something this shady. Living it up in a 5-star resort. You know, I mean, you don't need to have like makeshift tents or trailers. You know, you got U.S. military bases there, okay? You don't need to be in a goddamn hotel room, air conditioned, being pampered, okay? Now, let's just let me be a nice guy here. Let's just say, for example, they're not, you know, getting spa treatments or getting a back rub or, you know, eating some good food at the hotel. Let's say they're trying to be as Spartan as they can. Why the hell are you still in a goddamn 5-star hotel? Optics, read the room. Read the goddamn room. Can you not read the room? Who in the right goddamn mind thought going to a 5-star hotel is the best idea ever? Don't give me that excuse. Oh, we don't know what to do. You have military bases. There's Navy and Marine Corps bases, Army bases in Hawaii. You can't use that as base of operations to have the FEMA workers there. I mean, you know, put me in the game, coach. Reading the room 101, going to a 5-star hotel, ain't one of them.
Relaxing at the cocktail bar, knocking back drinks, 45 minutes away from Lahaina, the city consumed by an inferno.
Also, look, just throwing it out here too. Hey, why not put the homeless residents of Lahaina in the 5-star hotel? I don't know. That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'm pretty sure those residents who lost their homes would like a nice little back rub, a nice 5-star hotel room. I mean, look, that's not going to be their permanent resident. I mean, obviously, but I mean, at least a place to stay that's nice, safe, clean, compassionate. Think about it. You know, that'd be nice. Yes, no, yes. Oh, I guess I'm getting a whole lot of no's. Okay.
They're shacking up at the Maui Four Seasons beachfront, of course. Rooms there are $1,000 a night. The presidential suite goes for $29,000 a night. We sure hope they're not staying there.
They are, probably. No, I shouldn't make that accusation. But I've learned to expect the worst than the best out of people.
Hopefully, FEMA officials aren't getting spot treatments like the $225 one at the Lomi Mohala Massage. We pray they're not poolside sipping Laurent Perrier champagne. Since there's nothing to celebrate, the Mai Tai at the Maui Four Seasons is $32, gratuity not.
Wow, $32 better be the best tasting Mai Tai in the world. That better be the best tasting Mai Tai in the world.
Included. Now, we have boots on the ground there on the island. Spies tell us that they may have seen a FEMA foursome enjoying 18 holes in the Robert Trent Jones II design course overlooking the Pacific. It's not just the Four Seasons. FEMA agents are also posting up at the Fairmont Kea Lani in Maui, where rooms range there from $1,300 to $4,500 a night. Scuba, surf, and paddle lessons are not complimentary. Neither are the sunset Pilates classes. Do you have to stay limber to hold the leash of your cadaver dog? I don't know. FEMA agents are also crashing at the Grand Wailea Astoria, 5 stars, of course, where hula, ukulele, and snorkel lessons set you back.
Wow. The way he's describing it sounds nice, but I mean, again, you know, I hope that our entrusted individuals are not abusing their stay there. I want to believe in the good of people. I truly do, but well, I'll have democracy in the chat. Why not? Type 1 if you think that the FEMA people are being responsible having integrity, and not living it up at these 5-star hotels. Type 1. Type 2, no, kid. No, of course they're living it up. Come on, this is America. What do you expect our government to do? Take care of the people? You poor, misguided fool. We live in a clown world.
But the Mohalu Healing Garden and Beauty Lab, oh, it's a must. Are these the hotels Biden's FEMA officials should be staying in, gallivanting around in and drinking in, as search and rescue operations are underway with 500 kids still missing? Now, FEMA has confirmed that they're staying at these hotels, but they won't tell us how much they're paying. They mumbled something about a government rate, and they appeared vague and defensive.
How interesting. They're keeping it quiet. Keeping it very, very quiet. I do want to pull up another video to you that also caught my attention, especially about the wildfires in Maui. And again, there are people that are demanding more and more questions. Now, this person, I want to give credit to him, Nick Sorter. Maui police headlocked me for asking the mayor about the missing children. Mayor Bisson knows the answer, but he's hiding it. The mainstream media have been refusing to press the mayor on this, so residents and I started pressing him hard for the past several days. He's been demonizing and attempted to discredit me ever since. Regardless, we've been able to really blow the lid off the story. This is a cover-up. Children were burned alive. Oh, God. Again, out of the 850, we may not find their bodies because they've been burnt to cinder. I've heard horrific firsthand accounts from locals that found baby bones in car seats and bones of a young boy laying on top of his dog to protect it from the inferno. And I'm sure there are far other horrific scenes that have yet to be told. The 4 schools in Lahaina served over 3,000 students. Only 400 have been enrolled in other schools, and other 200 are doing virtual learning. Where are the children, Mr. Mayor?
Bisson was wrapping up a media briefing in Lahaina today when a man confronted him about the information being publicly released. We have no idea if any of them are children. We have no idea. That's independent journalist Nick Sorter. His social media says he flew in from Louisville 2 days ago. Police asked Sorter to calm down and even physically held him back. He persisted, but it eventually ended peacefully.
Sir, we don't know who you are. So you're identifying yourself as media.
Are you law enforcement? Yeah. We talk to law enforcement. So we're not going to ask. We're not going to ask that question. How many of these 10 cadavers are?
The Maui department, okay? The press show is over. Yeah.
So he's not going to ask. He's not going to answer my
done.
question.
And see, this is what's going to cause people to even get angrier and angrier and angrier. Those people have questions. They're furious. What do you expect people to do? To be nice and happy? Their entire community has been burnt, evaporated, gone. This is the worst fire in U.S. history as to date. Highest death toll as to date. Here in the United States, the worst wildfire in Hawaiian history. It's the worst fire in U.S. history. And what did our also fantastic administration do? No comment. We're looking into it. No comment. We're looking into it. Hey, vote blue no matter who in Blue MAGA. That's your champion, Biden. Again, I encourage my audience to vote third party and independent, because if that's who your champion is, you know what? Maybe it's best I don't vote for the Democrats.
Thank you. Yeah, take pictures of me.
There's no need for that.
You're with Maui Police, right?
Yeah, he's done with the press conference.
I appreciate your patience.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Who are you?
With the Maui Police Department.
Okay, and what's my crime? You're literally pushing
The
me.
press conference is
I
over.
don't f***ing care if the press conference is over. Get out of the way. Sorry. All right, so there are 110 cadavers, but we can't identify. We can't identify how many of them are children. This is get out of my fucking dude. Get off my throat.
Relax, sir. Relax.
No, I'm not gonna get.
Relax.
No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna relax, dude. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm trying to ask a question. We can't get the answer for it. How many of the 110 dead are children? You know who are children. They're cadavers. You have the bodies.
And by the way, Mr. Mayor, I think you do need to answer some questions because you guys at the state and local level failed the people. And I don't want to hear that excuse of, well, they would have ran into the fire. First of all, as I covered in a previous episode on Hard Lens Media, we saw what those sirens are used for. Hurricanes, typhoons, man-made disasters, volcanoes. And you wouldn't believe it, but the word wildfires, I know that's wild, wildfires, actually showed up as what those sirens are used for, to alert the people. And the big brain people at emergency management decided not to turn them on because the people would run into the fire. I don't know. Like, look, maybe common sense is a thing that's been forgotten. But when all of us see smoke and fire, and it's danger that way, people know not to run that way. I again, big brain move. And Mr. Mayor, where are you running to?
You know how many of them are children. How many children are dead?
Step back, please.
How many children are dead, Mayor? So you're just not going to tell.
I don't know. I wish
Yes,
I knew
you
the answer.
do. How many children are missing? You
I
know.
wish I knew the answer to that. I would be happy to answer that.
You have no estimate as to how many children are missing?
I guess
Nothing?
we can end this right now if you guys want.
This is one of the biggest questions that the people of Lahaina have, but you don't want to answer.
It always takes one or two to ruin it for everybody.
Please, this
That's
is
what
our
happens.
first. This is our only
Well, we can say that about you. You ruined it for
You're
everyone.
welcome, you're welcome to say it. You're the media. You can say whatever you want.
You're a disaster.
All right. Okay.
You've been the worst mayor we could possibly imagine.
You won't even wait.
Respect. Respect what? This is the most dismal response we've ever had.
You won't wait for your turn. You want to shout over these guys that are legitimate.
Why don't you give them the real answers then? Give them the real answers.
That's not his question.
Let him.
Yeah. You can go. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So which again, the people of Maui stand together, don't sign any document. And the thing is, we can't forget that this isn't the first time American citizens have been abandoned. I just want to remind you guys about the people of East Palestine, Ohio. Just a reminder that no matter what, if you're a U.S. citizen, you're at the bottom of the totem pole.
It's terrifying waking up and thinking that you don't know if your environment is safe. 60% of us are below poverty guidelines. So, this is not an area that can just pack up their things and move, across the country or get an apartment or, wait and see.
People living in East Palestine, Ohio, are still waiting for government testing and cleanup months after that toxic train derailment and spill. They're also still waiting for a visit from President Biden. So why does the finish line keep moving?
And the reason why? To quote Biden, no comment. The U.S. citizen is the last in line. The U.S. citizen doesn't have a seat at the table. The U.S. citizen doesn't count in this country anymore. And our lawmakers have made it abundantly clear. They made it abundantly clear. We're the last. Our politicians don't like us. They don't think about us. They don't respect us. Our institutions, our systems are failing us. Our corporate media won't hold them accountable because the same people who own our politicians also control the media. Free speech is at risk here in this country and so much more. And innocent people are suffering because of it. A huge toll of this negligence by our politicians was inflicted upon the people of Lahaina. And let this be a warning for the rest of America that what happened to the people of Lahaina on the island of Maui, in the state of Hawaii, should be a warning that no matter what part of this country you live in, our lawmakers will do the same. Hell, the tragedy, the disaster in East Palestine, Ohio, Biden has yet to show up. What does that tell you? But Vote Blue and Blue MAGA are going to say, vote Biden, because if you don't, you're a bad person. Who's the bad person, really? A person who wants to think freely and fight for a better future? Or a politician who's been involved in our corrupt neoliberal system for decades and has helped build this nightmare that has put the American people last in line? I don't know. I'm going to go with the free thinker, the person who wants to break away from the two-party system. And the people of Maui demand justice, and they need to get justice. Now more than ever, we got to fight for a better future. We're last in line, and these politicians will abandon us. They showed it through their actions. If you're not angry, please tell me, what is your excuse for not being angry?